Hi, my name is Glenn Murphy. I am one of two presenters of this video series on how to market and harvest your woodlot for profit. My co-presenter is Dr. Reen Visser from the University of Canterbury. In video 10, we looked at things that can be done to improve profitability through cost control. In this video, we will focus on maximizing value recovery and then summarize those factors that will affect your financial outcome. As a woodlot owner, your prime interest is most likely to be on the net revenue that you receive from harvesting your woodlot, the area in green on this bar chart. Put simply, the net revenue or net value that you receive is the gross revenue that you recover minus the costs associated with harvesting and cartage. Net value can be increased by minimizing your costs, which was covered in the previous video, or by increasing the gross value from your woodlot. So how can you increase the gross value from your woodlot? Through harvesting when the marketing is high, through ensuring that the right products are being cut from your trees, and by the use of skilled log makers and the right equipment. Let's start with the markets first. Peter Weblin, who until recently was the Chief Marketing Officer for P.F. Olsen Limited, said, "The 90s planting boom means that we've already seen an immense demand for harvesting contractors and forest owners competing for harvesting spots when market prices are high. This situation is likely to get much worse. The best thing you can do is become harvest ready so that you are positioned to take advantage of favourable market conditions." Harvest ready is about reducing the delay from the time you want to harvest to the time you do harvest. Being harvest ready can take a year or more. 12 months can be the difference between markets being high and being low. What does becoming harvest ready involve? Well, it involves selecting your harvesting and marketing manager, mapping the forest or woodlot, harvest planning and engineering, estimating the volume and grade of logs in the forest, obtaining consents and permits, resolving any access issues, scheduling harvesting contractors and market planning, and planning for the next crop of trees. If you have engaged the services of a professional harvesting and marketing company, they will know which log buyers are offering the best prices and what log products the harvesting crew should be cutting to maximize your returns. Depending on the size of your woodlot, the variability of tree characteristics within your woodlot, and how long it will take to harvest it, the right products may change with time. You should be concerned that the main objective in harvesting is to recover the maximum value from your woodlot while meeting your other objectives and not just to minimize costs. Up to 40% of the standing value of a tree can be lost through poor harvesting techniques. Tree breakage during felling, high stumps, and damage during stem extraction and loading all contribute to this loss and should be a concern to woodlot owners. However, the greatest potential for improving value recovery lies in good log making. Ensuring that maximum value is obtained from each tree during log making is not easy. Log makers are confronted with many challenges when trying to optimize the value of a stem. They must match tree stem attributes such as length, taper, defects, branching, sweep, and other quality characteristics with allowable log specifications and market prices. Studies of log makers around New Zealand indicate that there is a wide range in their ability to recover value. Good log makers may recover over 95% of the potential value in stems extracted to the landing. Poor log makers may recover as little as 80%. Failure to optimize value while meeting minimum log specifications when producing logs can result in the loss of tens of thousands of dollars to the woodlot owner. Log processing machines with onboard computers that help the log maker to capture value reduce but do not eliminate log making losses. These are man-machine systems. The machine measures size, for example log lengths and diameters, but it is a man that determines quality. If poor information is passed to the onboard computer, poor value recovery will be the result. Some woodlot crews still employ manual log makers who attempt to capture maximum value without the aid of a computer. Some manual log makers are very good at capturing value. Not all are, though. Harvesting contractors are typically paid by the volume of wood they process and not the value. An important part of managing a logging operation is ensuring that due care is taken during log processing so that the logs are being cut correctly. A log, if cut too short, will have little value when delivered to the customer. Logs that do not meet the intended specifications may have to be downgraded and remanufactured, causing loss in value compared with an optimum pattern for that stem. Even if each log is within specification, the cutting pattern used may not be the best for the tree stem as a whole. The challenge for the log maker is that every stem is different and log prices and products do change often. So what can you do to maximize your chances that log making is of the highest standard and value is not being lost through poor practices? Well, you can ask what procedures will be put in place to monitor log quality and value recovery. Larger harvesting and marketing companies often have procedures in place to manage these performance criteria. Next, it is essential that you are confident that the person converting your forest from biomass to dollars is adequately trained and competent at log making. Value recovery performance audits can be carried out on log makers by a few specialist consultants around New Zealand, but these tend to be expensive. Perhaps the easiest way to check if a log maker is competent is to ask for proof of certification. As of 2019, Competens, the multi-sector industry training organisation, provided qualifications in manual log making and mechanised processing towards the New Zealand Certificate in Forest Harvesting Operations, levels 3 and 4. Graduates of the log making strand of this qualification will be able to assess and mark stems to maximise value recovery and meet the requirements of log specifications and cutting instructions, and be able to coordinate quality, productivity and external communication to meet the requirements of the forest owner and the landing operation. There is more money to be gained or lost at harvest than at any other time in the life of a forest. Let's quickly review now the factors affecting the financial outcome from your harvest. The woodlot history will determine the potential value of the woodlot. Once the trees are ready to harvest, marketing and log making will have the biggest impact on the gross value that is captured. From gross value, the costs of harvesting and marketing the woodlot are subtracted. For ease of reference, costs in this table and the following table have been lumped into 7 main groups. The costs should be treated as indicative only, since they vary between regions with difficulty of terrain, soil types, distance from markets, stand conditions, etc., etc. You can stop the video to look at these in more detail if you wish. Alternatively, they can be found in the book How to Market and Harvest Your Woodlot for Profit, which is freely available on the Forest Growers Research Limited's website. The three biggest costs are likely to be harvesting, cartage, and road construction. Harvesting and road construction costs will be high on steep, difficult terrain. Cartage costs will be high if your woodlot is situated long distances from the markets. Harvest planning, machinery transport, and other costs are likely to be comparatively low unless your woodlot is very small. They may be rolled in with bigger cost items such as harvesting and road construction. In a recent survey of woodlot owners, it was reported that the average net return after harvesting equated to 43% of the gross revenues paid for the logs. There was wide variation in net revenue expressed in percentage terms, however, from as low as 7% of gross revenue to as high as 74%. With a focus on activities which help to control costs and to maximise value recovery, with luck you will hopefully receive above average net returns. This concludes video 11 on how to market and harvest your woodlot for profit. In videos 12 and 13, we will look at two case studies of woodlots that have been recently harvested and ask woodlot owners about their experiences, about lessons that they have learned, and about recommendations they would make to woodlot owners contemplating harvesting of their woodlots. If you have any questions, please direct these to the email link shown below.